welcome to Dano Crypto. On this channel, we show you guys how to make simple, effective, and easy moves in the cryptocurrency ecosystems. All right, so we had a pretty, a nice little pump here, and it was actually happening kind of in the middle of the night, we'll say, or early morning. We were getting some action on Bitcoin and Ethereum, and overall, the altcoin market is actually doing pretty good as well. Everything pretty much in the green. We saw Aptos yesterday and also today doing really well. Aptos up 17%. We have Sonic token up substantially. We have some bullish news for XRP. We have ETF filings coming down the pipe in the next 4 to 5 months. We have a lot of stuff that is going to give us the quote crypto liftoff that we want. And Bitcoin is eyeing to break new all-time highs here, possibly maybe even before the end of this month. So guys, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ding the bell to be notified. So then whenever I go live, you guys will not miss a beat. And right now we got a couple people in here, but you guys got to hit the like button and make sure you are tuning into these live streams on a weekly basis because we do technical analysis. We break down the charts. We also are giving you guys the most recent news as well. So we're giving you just a little bit of everything. So we hope you have been enjoying it so far. And also, it really helps you guys to share this live stream because the YouTube algorithm has been really, really nasty. So, and they don't like crypto content. That's like their least favorite category on YouTube for the actual YouTube algorithm to to promote. So, guys, do your part, be evangelistic, and we can keep this channel alive. But we've always said either way, shadow banned or not, we're still going to trudge through. We're going to keep showing up for you guys because that is the most important. You guys are the most important because you guys are here, on a daily basis as well, watching, and we appreciate the dojo crew. So shout out to all the people that are watching right now, however many that is. And yeah, says a fellow Sproto said, "Screw YouTube, grow on Twitter. The algo is much, much better and more real." Yeah. I mean, we're trying. Yeah, we're streaming everywhere. We're streaming to YouTube. We're streaming to Twitch. We're streaming to Rumble. I mean, if you look at where we're streaming to X. We're streaming to Rumble. We're streaming to Twitch. YouTube, everywhere. We're streaming everywhere. So we're giving everything a shot. So that's what you have to do. You can't limit it to one platform, but at least with YouTube, this is what I've noticed. It's like it's quicker to get monetized on YouTube. Like it's not as hard as other platforms to get monetized. It still takes a little bit. It took a good 2 years. I guess like 2 years, 2.5 years to get monetized. You have to get a certain amount of plays. You have to get a certain amount of watch time hours. There's a couple of different metrics that you have to hit before you can actually start earning through the ads. And with X, you have to have 5 million impressions in the past 3 months. And you think to yourself, like, is that hard? Yes. With the algorithm with X and how it works, it is still very tough to get 5 million impressions whilst you got all these spam accounts, bot accounts. I mean, you got all these AI accounts that get more interaction than freaking real people. It's a little tough. So, but you still have to just battle through it. Best thing you can do in terms of, account like mine, like I haven't even hit over 2,000 followers on X, whilst there's literally AI bot accounts that aren't real that have like 10,000 plus followers. And so people are monetizing off of that aspect, but for just actual real accounts, the way that you probably have to do it, you got to reply, you have to interact with big accounts, you got to possibly see if big accounts will repost your stuff. Like even just getting a repost from a big account can increase your followers, can increase the impressions, can increase people actually tuning in to you. So this is just a words of advice, and also trying to take my own advice as I'm talking here. But if you're trying to grow a channel, grow something, it's like the collaborations is really where it's at. And if you're collaborating with bigger accounts and they can kind of help you, bring you up, that's probably the direction. All right, so speaking of bringing it up, let's see what's happening with Bitcoin right now, because we're getting some volatility. Basically, we messed up. We messed up here. We went into this trade thinking that we were going to break this neckline here of this kind of inverse head and shoulders pattern, and the markets, what basically we said today, we made a post. We said, look, I kind of feel like this is what they always do. Everyone got real bullish real fast. Everyone got real bullish, which means the market makers like Binance and Coinbase are going to wreck you. Watch out. Lots of scam wicks will happen, because according to Marty Party, which is 100% true, they send millions and millions of dollars in BTC, Ethereum, and Solana to Wintermute, Cumberland, and wash, trade, liquidate the market. So you gotta stay safe. And here is the example of the clips of Wintermute here. Where is my, there you go. So here it is, Wintermute hot wallet. Bam, you got 2 million in Sol. Boom. It's all $1 million clips here that they wash trade, and this is how they're able to move the prices in the ranges to liquidate people. And you can see here, if we're looking at the liquidation levels for Bitcoin right now, you can see they are, there's high liquidity of liquidations and leverages, or liquidation leverage right here, 105. A lot of action right there. But then we also have some at the top here at 108.9. 108.9. Oh, we got Bong Cracker. Let's go. All right, we got the Sprotos coming in hot. Let's go. So that's why I love the Sprotos. That's why I love ticker Bitcoin. I love those cheeky Sprotos, because they are super, super supportive, especially if you're talking about ticker Bitcoin or you're talking about the Sprotos. They will come in hot. So bless you guys. You guys are awesome. And I will tell you, whenever I have felt just down in the dumps and just feeling like just a complete loser, just like, I don't even want to say it, man, just feeling like a schlup, the Sprotos will lift you up. They always do. So shout out to you guys. You guys are amazing. And honestly, the Sprotos, if you want to talk about NFTs, it's one of the top like sleeper NFTs and collections that you can buy in terms of something that is so eye-catching. It was the original AI-generated meta for NFTs, and the story of it is so cool, because it's just like it was supposed to just it was mainly just to reward the ticker Bitcoin holders for messing up the launch, and they were like, sorry guys, we messed up the ticker Bitcoin launch. It was kind of wasn't as good as we were hoping it was, and they felt bad. So then they airdropped all these Sprotos. I think it was like it was like 10 Sprotos. You could have gotten however many craziness, and then the rest is history. It ends up being one of the top NFT projects and amassing as high as a 4 ETH floor. 4 ETH. That is crazy. So I think this could be, the Sprotos could be really, the top, one of like the top 3 NFT projects, and then linked with ticker Bitcoin, it's just going to be a force that you don't want to reckon with. It's going to be a force to be reckoned with. All right, we got Fathead Dave in the house too. Let's go. All right, so let's look at this. So since we have all the Sprotos here, and we were looking at the Bitcoin chart, let's look at the Bitcoin chart. Let's look at both Bitcoin charts. So we're going to have Bitcoin here, and then we'll pull up ticker Bitcoin, and we'll show you guys what's happening in the markets right now. Okay, so we have the ceasefire with Iran and Israel is is looking like it's shaking out to be a good cease, like it's actually going to happen. We had some things going through the news that they violated the ceasefire, and that's why Trump ended up saying what he said on the news. Or two reporters coming out of NATO, because recently he was in NATO. He was just recently talking with Zelensky. The conversation with Zelensky actually went pretty well. He's talking with Russia. He's talking with Putin. I think the guy's moving around, and but there's still a lot of speculation as to what the chess move is here, and if, like, what Trump is doing, he really thinks he's going to make a difference. And it seems like it's happening. We just got to let all this stuff shake out. We have the Fed. We got Jerome Powell getting grilled by Congress. So he's pushing for the same agenda as to the wait and see, because of the nature of the ceasefire, the nature of the market. He doesn't think the market is as bad as what everyone else is saying it is. So there's some conflicting views on how the market is. So all this to say, there's bullish momentum with Bitcoin with all of this news. You can see we had a really nice push up to 108,000. And it's very close to this level right here. We had it marked was 108. And why did we have it marked? We probably had 108 marked for a good reason. You'll see here that this was some previous resistance right here, was at that 108,000, pretty close. So we traded up to that, getting back up into this range. If you're looking at the hourly EMA ribbon here, you can see we've been trading above it since 102, which looks really good. And so now the next level to be testing is right up at 109. We got this level right here, 109. Looking pretty good. Now, I really want to look at Ethereum too. We'll look at ETH real quick, and then we'll go to ticker Bitcoin. So ETH, right here on the hourly chart, did a nice bullish cross over the EMA ribbon. I love it. Gonna go up. Yeah, and in the words of George, we're all George, Bitcoin gonna go up. It's gonna go up. So, but I think the thing to watch here, though, is Ethereum. I can't, like, it's so many times I've heard these people say that Ethereum, why would you be in Ethereum? Why would you buy Ethereum? What's the point of Ethereum? I even Maurizio. I mean, shout out to Maurizio and Da Vinci, but they're also on the side of, they're like, why would you buy Ethereum in 2025? I mean, if it's going to 10K, why wouldn't you? But we're definitely on more of the side that the institutions are coming for ETH, and that all of the people that are in crypto Twitter and YouTube, have been convinced that ETH isn't going to 10K and it's dead, and you should buy all the other alts instead, like buy Cardano instead, because, they're going to have Bitcoin DeFi and all that stuff. But if you look at the real numbers of Cardano and some of these chains and look at the actual facts, the real facts, the on-chain data, the TVL, the DeFi TVL, the 24-hour volume and DEX trading, you'll notice that some of these chains are actually kind of garbage and no one uses them. And that's just the truth. So if no one's using them, then your token, it doesn't matter. Your token doesn't do crap. So it doesn't matter what you're doing. No one's buying your token. So if the memes can do a better job at giving attention to the actual token itself, then why would you buy these garbage altcoins? You're better off buying the memes, and that's just a fact. So, and then what are powered by these memes is Ethereum. It's not Cardano. I mean, what? You got SNEC? Okay, cool. Like the real power is in the ETH liquidity. And I'm telling you this from experience watching ETH memes outpace everything when ETH just goes up 19%. And everyone wants you to not pay attention to that, but I'm going to tell you, pay attention to it. Pay attention to it. Because when you see coins go up 800% on an 18% move of ETH, then that's Ethereum showing you who's boss when it actually comes to true liquidity. For real. So in the ETH BTC chart, hopefully, whenever we actually get to this level, we're still hopeful, but we're still on track. We pumped up into this range. I think we're still on track for a true V-shaped recovery on the macro here for the ETH BTC ratio. Once we hit here, I think that's when we're going to be like alt season. This is we pass here, past the 0.027 ratio of ETH BTC, because now I understand this is how you actually get true altcoin season. We're gonna fly. We're gonna be flying. All right. So speaking of ticker Bitcoin, we actually DCA'd some ticker Bitcoin last night. We took some of our profits. Hopefully, we can sustain the bleed out here. The bleed out here on this particular trade. It was total bleed out on this one, but we'll get to that. All right, so ticker Bitcoin is one of the memes that I think with every single time we've had an Ethereum break and we've had momentum in the chart for memes and the sentiment for memes really high, and risk was fully on, then we have opportunities in the chart to take profits. Right here. I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. You can maybe say 7 to buy the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. 6 times where... Well, 5 times, and now we're in the 6th time to buy the bottom of a chart and then hopefully take some profits whenever we get to, these peaks. Ticker Bitcoin's not the only chart that shows you this. I think another one that I really love showing this too is actually... That's weird. Let's see that. ETH. It's Wojak. What's going on? Did my internet go down? What is happening? Why is this not popping up? What in the heck? Oh, I know what's going on. That's so weird. Okay. All right, so I like looking at the Wojak chart. According to Wojak, it is Wojak season. And look, this chart is also at the bottom. This is another chart where you get an opportunity to buy the bottom. Everyone's always looking for charts and looking for the bottom of a chart. I mean, this is it. Like Ticker Bitcoin and Wojak right now are at the at the freaking bottom. So what's the next Pepe? Everyone's like, what's the next Pepe run? It's like, well, it's not. No, it's Pepe, Ticker Bitcoin, and Wojak. Those are my top picks. 100%. Those are my top picks. I think these are just great. The meme itself, you can't recreate something like this. Wojak is timeless. Pepe is timeless. Ticker Bitcoin is timeless. It's everything about the meme itself and the lore makes it last is in my opinion, I think those are the top 3 memes where like literally could be buying the bottom. Pepe, you're not buying the bottom. That's different because Pepe's already kind of launched. I think you still have some chance to get decent returns by going up into all-time highs, which would be right here. You get a 328% move. I mean, that's still great. It's not like I mean, if we're going $27 billion market cap, $32 billion market cap, like Doge level type of run, then Pepe, you still are you would technically still be buying a good bottom to chart. Because according to you're not buying the total bottom, because that would have been buying the bottom right here, like right there, right in this level, in those ranges. Then yeah, you bought the bottom. But now we're looking into something a little different here. You know, we're like, you could say that we're buying a bottomed out range. We're buying a bottomed range. Woo, man. So we went on a run and didn't think that the market was going to literally completely destroy like some of these alts. This looked like an inverse head and shoulders, like it was just going to break right here. It looked like it was an inverse head and shoulders. It was going to break right here. Had a nice little run up, and then we were going to, we had our take profit set there, and we thought we had the stop loss set, and nope, we did not. And then the trade got just fully away from us. It got fully away from us. And look at this. This is scammy stuff. That's scammy stuff. Look at that. Nice movements, nice chop, and then they just go, scuba-da-da-ba, wow, see ya. And then they just get you. They get you. It's terrible. But coins are looking good. XYO's looking good. XYO, speaking to XYO, let's see. We had some bullish stuff on XYO. Breaking news on XYO for Solana. If you didn't know, you can hold XYO on Solana through the wormhole, and you can get it on Orca, and we're bullish on Orca. So it's like all these tokens. Look, these are 3 tokens right here that you could have in your altcoin portfolio. I almost said altcoin. You guys have any altcoins? When they're doing bad, they are altcoins. In your altcoin portfolio, you could be holding XYO, you could be holding Orca, Solana, some DEX tokens, maybe Radium, Jupiter. You don't have to have a lot of coins. You can have like maybe 10 to 15 coins in your stack and just focus on those. That's what we're doing. We're focusing on very specific tokens to accumulate, and I think we're going to have the true altcoin run more so in quarter 2 next year. I think quarter 2 next year is where we're going to see a really, really nice run. But we're going to see consolidations. We're going to still probably have points to take profits this year too. And this is how I think going into how this year shakes out is going to determine how you're going to have do with your portfolio, like how you're going to allocate things, where you're going to take profits. You're going to realize what coins maybe were like terrible to hold and which ones were like yes, and then you can kind of assess how you're going to go into the next year, because you're not. Why are you gonna just be like, yeah, I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna exit out. I'm not gonna be involved in crypto for the next year. Like, no. Like, you need to be thinking about how you're going to go into every single year now in the crypto cycle, because these things are going to be very much more extended. It's different now. We've always said that, it's different this time. Well, this time it really will be different, because when trillions of dollars are being minted in stables and everything, POS, point of sale, treasuries, ETFs, real world assets, tokenized stocks, tokenized everything. Everything's coming on chain. Everything's coming on chain. So our markets are going to be very much more extended and going into 10-year cycles instead. Like these, Doge is coming into a 7-year, 10-year cycle. So this is how you think, oh, how does Doge get to $1, $2? This because of the nature of the growth effect of the whole network of everything. Just like the internet, it had to scale. It had to start somewhere, and then it scales. And then whatever is left in the rubble, and then kind of, or in the ashes of whatever the bubble was, and then it births out into a phoenix and starts flying out. That was Amazon. That was eBay. This was, all the AWS, the web services, all this stuff. Like, this is how things are going to scale. It's going to scale like hard, but it's going to scale a lot faster because of the technological advance of everything with the AI. It's just going to be wild. This is how it happens. What, Shipman, what are you passing on? What are you passing on? And guys, I've told you why I'm bullish on XYO. I mean, this is one of the first coins I found in 2021. I think the geolocation data stuff with blockchain is a massive use case. They already are using it in a lot of different cases. They're going to have their own layer 1, so there's going to be a dual token kind of thing going on. I think they're going to be listed on Binance soon. They don't have any perpetuals. There's no XYO perpetuals. That's why I like it. You can have a similar coin that has all those metrics, and then you're bullish on that. No one pays me crap to say anything, so just so you know. So if I'm shilling something, it's just because I'm just bullish on it. I'm just bullish on it. I ain't selling nothing. I just like when my coins that I'm holding are involved with other coins that I'm bullish on. That's what I like. I love when I see coins that I'm bullish on doing stuff with other coins that I'm bullish on, like Solana and Orca. So I'm like, cool, let's go. Give us 1000x meme and we're in. Here, okay, I'll give you 1000x meme. Here you go, Pepe. No, I know. I have a sense of humor. I don't have a stick up my butt. I can take it. I've literally had my own people that watch the channel tell me that I'm a big complainer and just like light me up in my own live stream. Trust me, I can take it. But guys, if you notice, shout out to Shipman. Shipman has a really nice green name and a real cheeky Pepe next to his name. Do you know why? Because he has been a subscriber and a member of the channel for a while. And he is doing his ultimate part by being a member of the channel. For a price of a coffee, for a price of a stick of gum, you know, you could be a member of the channel. So let's go. Headband's right. Dano is the next 1000x meme. I know. So just make a meme of me, and that thing will pump. All right, so let's get into what's trending right now. I want to see what's trending. Let's see. There's this. I know you guys have been watching the trenches. There's lazy coin. There's stupid coin. Acid. Banana recently has pumped. The banana for scale. I don't know if you've seen this one. I've been kind of looking at that one a little bit. There's been some. I'm in a Telegram group for OURBIT. OURBIT has it's called the Pre-Rich Syndicate, and they've been posting some contracts in there of tokens that they think are, worth watching. They'll let you know if it's a gamble or not, or if it's like, we're calling this, it might not be a gamble. Everything's a gamble, by the way. Everything in the trenches is a gamble. But Troll, that's another one. They recently released an NFT collection. Troll released some NFTs. Let's see.
We got here's Moonpig. I haven't really paid attention to Moonpig. That was that James Wynn coin he was shilling. I'd stay far away from anything that people that act like James Wynn. I'm like, bye. They get your attention for a little bit and then they disappear, and then that's called the extraction point. That's just like Ben.eth, whoever else that comes into the timeline real fast and they're real loud and they get a lot of attention and all of a sudden they're gone. Yeah, those people suck. I will never be that person. I'm here, embarrassed, feeling cool, feeling great, not feeling so great, bull, bear, boring, exciting. I don't care. I'm here. That's the value. You want to find a valuable channel? Find someone who shows up no matter what. Find someone who shows up no matter what. Because that's just what you're supposed to do. It's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be a beacon of light when things are absolute garbage. That's what you're supposed to do. And tell it like it is. Be truthful. Say, hey, I've messed up. Sorry, guys, I was wrong. Or saying like, hey, guys, I feel like I might have been right this time. And you just come to the table and you present it. You know, that's what you're supposed to do. At least is the best of your ability. Like for instance, here, totally wrong. Totally went against what some of my rules and strategy that I was just making a video on. But this will show you that no matter what, if you think a pattern is going to break out and you think it's going to do whatever it is, whether it be a inverse head and shoulders pattern that I thought was clear in this chart to do an inverse head and shoulders pattern and then continue to break up into the trend right here. It did not. It completely rugged right here. Boom. Full rug. So that completely went against any type of pattern recognition here because that pattern just got completely destroyed and invalidated. That line right there is my liquidation, which means that they trapped traders on the bullishness of everyone going, it's bull, everyone gets super bullish, and then the FOMO trades come in, and then the market goes, scuba da dabba wow, see ya. It just gets you real bad. So they're liquidating people right now as we speak, aka me. Look, they're bringing it right back down into the entry of where everyone was super bullish. Oh man, this actually looks like a Bart Simpson. Ah! It is a Bart Simpson. Damn. They're either going to put it right on the liquidation and watch, they'll bounce it right on. Look, they'll bounce it right here. They'll bounce it. They'll either bounce it literally right on the liquidation point and then it goes. Wow. They are nasty. They are so nasty. It ain't even right. It ain't even right what they do. Look at that. Terrible. Ugh. Look at that. Right there on the line. That was the liquidation, which was probably liquidation for a lot of people. And that is the exact line of the bullish pole candle for the bull flag that broke out to the upside, hit the resistance at the 786. Then they brought it right back down to the 236. They brought it back up to the 786 again and then it was a trap. Full on trap. Full on damn trap. Oh, if they bounce it from here, my anger will start to boil. I will be boiling a pot of anger because that is some BS right there. Ugh. Well, at least I took all the other profits and bought ticker Bitcoin. At least I did that. Oh, at least I bought ticker Bitcoin. Yep, they're doing it. Bouncing it right off that liquidation level. Damn bastards. Bastards. Wow. They are so nasty. That was nasty. Look at that. That was where, oh. Man. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, look, they'll dump it to 105. They what they're doing is they're getting people excited. Everyone is posting all the stuff, getting bullish. That's exactly why I said what I said, is that everyone's getting real bullish, which means the market makers are going to wreck you. They'll wreck you. They'll wreck you so hard. And it's because they range trade. They range it back and forth. You can see it. It's just clear that they have a range and they're going to wreck you. Here's the range line. There it is. Boom, boom, boom. Here's the range line right there. They're test it. They're gonna liquidate those trades. They're gonna liquidate those trades right here. 105. Get you excited. They trap you. And then buying pressure comes in because it's millions and millions of dollars that move price. It's not you. They'll even try and trap you again, where it goes up and starts to test right in here. Looks like it's going to get a nice V-shaped recovery, and then it goes down more. All right, so while they're wrecking people right now, let's look at some of the articles. Let's look at some of these posts. All right, same chart as 2 years ago. 800% move coming. Back to Pepe old pattern. Let's see what happens. And then we have... This is the one. It was Lummis. Yep, let's see what Lummis had to say.
Services Committee, as well as stablecoin legislation. Services Committee, as well as stablecoin legislation. And then the House Ag Committee has put out commodities legislation. So they're really ahead of us in terms of their committee work. We're ahead of them in the fact that we have passed through the Senate the Genius Act, which is focused on stablecoins. And so I hope now that they're comparing the stablecoin legislation that their Financial Services Committee passed to the Genius Act, and we can work together to figure out a path forward for both market structure and the Genius Act. Now, I'm not saying combine them, but they both need to pass this year. I know that there is enthusiasm. at the White House for having the Congress send them a win in the area of stablecoins. And I'm very confident that the Genius Act that we worked so hard to get past the Senate is a high quality product that is worthy of the president's signature.
So they're really trying to push it. They're trying to push all the regulatory frameworks through and the bills, and it's going to make it to where we get clear rules on how the states and the banks and different companies can handle stable coins, which then you have to think about where are they going to mint all these stable coins and have a solid chain to use. Ethereum will be one of those, and this is how we think Ethereum will get to 10K eventually. I think going into Q2 of next year. So then it's worth holding these memes or some of these altcoins for going into next year. Not to say you wouldn't want to take some profits, kind of going through the rest of this year, but I think it's possible for some of these coins to do some extreme numbers. We've seen it before. Like we act like we haven't seen it where it was just like craziness with like Shiba Inu, Doge, Pepe. We've seen it before. So all it takes is that building momentum, the liquidity coming in, and then we start to get some actual euphoria. Because we've just been faked out a bunch of times, through the past 2 years. It's just been like up, and we think the alts are good time to buy, but Shibman says that's 20x, $80 billion market cap. Well, okay, so if we're gonna compare, like, say, Pepe to Doge, well, how I like to think about it is during the euphoric phase of the bull market last cycle, we got to a $80 billion market cap, or close to it. It was $73 billion, and that was at Doge being at like 75. Was it 75 cents? I think the all-time high was like about 75. Let's see. All-time high was 73 cents. Yeah, so 73 cents. And recently, we got up to 46 cents. So market cap-wise, we got to $67 billion market cap here in the end of 2024, and then in August, or sorry, January, March, April, May. In May 2021, got $73 billion market cap, $73 billion market cap. But the chart, if you look at how, because look at where in 2020 it was kind of, it's very similar to Pepe. That's why I compare Dogecoin's chart to Pepe, because it is very similar of its come up as a representation. Well, I know exactly. And people don't think that's possible. Doge has went to a $73 billion market cap. If the entire market is going up, total market cap to 30 trillion, where's the liquidity going? Where's the liquidity going to go? It's going to go to some of the top 10. What's going to be in the top 10? Doge is still in the top 10. It's not far-fetched to think like this in terms of the nature of hodling these coins. Look at the Doge, look at the Pepe chart. Okay, since its existence, you can see 2023 had that flat line, breaks that all-time high at 10 billion. And then you can see that next phase of Pepe is very similar to how Doge went through that phase as well. So you look at this phase, it's like that was the all-time high phase, cooled off, and then during this time, that was when Pepe was created, was during this time around around May, April in 2023. And then you can see Doge had that that similar run right here of a test. And if you're looking this on a trend, and if you were to just, pull this out a little bit and look at this as a trend, we can just go to the big Doge chart. Just go to the Doge chart. And I think we already kind of have this trend out. So the target, the target here ultimately on the trend for Doge $2. You see on the daily of the RSI here, I think the next, I know it seems impossible. I know, seems impossible, but we've seen some crazy stuff. We've seen some crazy stuff happen. Really want to look at these on the weekly chart. You really want to look at this on the weekly chart. Like SHIB. Look at SHIB and Doge on the weekly. Look at all your coins on the weekly. If none of your altcoins look like this, where they've been able to cross over moving averages, cross over like a 200-day moving average, like if it's moving really well with Bitcoin and ETH and it's not like it hasn't fully just bled out into Bitcoin, into oblivion, then it's probably a pretty strong coin. Where's Floki? Floki was the one that I was like so fast, was fascinated by the chart of Floki when Ethereum was just going. That's why we're really bullish. We want to just be bullish ETH. Be bullish ETH, because be bullish ETH and you're holding some of those ETH coins. Portfolios are looking real decent. Now see this is the Pepe chart on the weekly. This is why I think it's not far-fetched to call a $40 billion market cap with Pepe. Then you go to the list here. You got Doge number 9. SHIB is number 19. Pepe is like the 29th token in terms of market cap. And then right under there, what's the next meme under Pepe that's in the top 100? Or the top 50, I should say. The Trump meme coin. What's the next under Trump in terms of market cap? SPX 6900. Then under SPX, you have Bonk. This is all coins that are in the top 100 that are meme coins. Dog with Hats, number 77. At $809 million market cap. Then under Dog with Hat, we have the next dog, Floki. Under Floki, now we're getting close to getting to the 100th token in terms of market cap. Oh, wow. Look at that. Pudgy Penguins. Pingu. So out of the top 100 right now, meme-wise, we have Pingu, Floki, Dog with Hat, Bonk, Trump, Pepe, SHIB, Doge, you notice they're most of them are dogs. Most of them are dogs. But we have 8 meme tokens in the top 100. Which ones out of those are your favorites? I need some action in the chat. Which one is your favorite? Okay, Pepe, SHIB. Pepe and SHIB. Ticker Bitcoin, of course. Oh, and SHIB now. Okay, you like Zeus. Okay. Yeah, Zeus is Pepe's dog. Definitely a DGen play. Yeah, the only ticker I know is Bitcoin. I know. The ticker Bitcoin. Yeah, the ticker we believe in very much so. I mean, you got to believe in something. We think ultimately the trend here is we're multi-cycles. So it's not going to be pumps and dumps. It's just going to be like a nice steady like trend up with the ticker. Just a nice, steady trend up with the ticker. That's my best case scenario here. If we're going to see $40 billion Pepe and SHIB, $100 billion market cap, you know that ETH will be over 15K. Well, not over 15K. You think 15K? Because where was ETH? ETH, in terms of market cap, and its all-time high, was almost it was a half a trillion dollars at its all-time high. $552 billion market cap, and the price hit about 4,600. So it got close to 5K. It was close. Now with that, it'll be interesting to see. I'm very interested to see when ETH is even just at 6K, what these coins are going to do. The altcoin space in general, because when ETH hits that price, which it will, I'm very confident that ETH is going to get to 6K. That's the next fib extension level. And an obvious breakout point of whenever we break through this resistance right here, and it hits that next phase of Ethereum, where people are so mad that they sold all their ETH because it's starting to run, and then they've been convinced to buy some other crap, and then all of a sudden, like we've been saying, Pepe and the strong ETH coins are going to be ripping. You're going to be like, what the heck? I was convinced to buy a bunch of new bullshit. And all you had to do is just buy the things that performed well when ETH performed well the last time. You don't have to make it so complicated. Don't have to make it so complicated. You can just make it easy for yourself. And so that's why we have a live stream. That's why we have a channel. We're really just so we can talk out loud to ourselves, but also to you guys. That's why we do it. We can let you know. But yeah, YouTube, I don't know what's going on, but people are just giving up. People are just giving up on YouTube, I guess. Or at least I don't know, they're giving up. Are you giving up on the channel? You giving up? Not excited enough. Sorry I didn't give you the next 1000X. Because I already told you the next 1000X is ticker Bitcoin. But you can think it's whatever you'd like. I'm not here to convince you to buy anything. Just here to convince you to stay in crypto. I'm here to convince you to just stick with crypto so you don't have to feel left out when that's like, it's just what you have to do. Like you have to learn this stuff. I encourage you guys to start thinking about looking at charts or, doing something. Budgeting, paying off your debt. And start doing something in this industry, because it's like getting into businesses that were doing all the forward thinking stuff back in the early internet days, and then they stuck with it. They had some failures, they didn't, and not everything was a success, but they stuck with it, and now they're freaking billionaires because they stuck with an industry and a technology that now it is de facto default part of your everyday life. That's what crypto is, and that's why we're here. We feel something, and so we're going to stick with it. Through the pain, through the losses, because I think through the end of this, we will be massively, massively rewarded. This is why we're here. If you can't get bullish on that, I don't know what is wrong with you. If you can't get bullish on that, I don't know what the hell else to do. But guys, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. We appreciate all the people watching across all platforms. I guess did someone repost? Oh yeah, man, we had That's hilarious. This is good. Whoever made this. The Sprotos are so fast. They come in hot. I love it. Got James Morelight saying, I love Dano Crypto. Well, I love you too. Morelight. You're the first dev / founder / person to come on the live stream. No problem. No thrills. I didn't have to pay him 2 ETH. He did ask for 2 ETH though, but I said, no, I can't give you 2 ETH. And he said, okay, well just give me a nice smile. And so we did that. And he said, okay. Thank you guys. You guys are so shout out to Headband, the Ticker Bitcoin community. Shout out to Hyro. And guys, make sure you follow Hyro. He's posting really, really awesome TA. Can follow his trades, see what his setups are. Shout out to all the Ticker Bitcoin community peeps out there. You're amazing. I did buy my tickets. I bought my tickets on OURBIT. That's what I DCA'd the ticker in. Was on OURBIT. So shout out to OURBIT. They're doing something really cool right now with FIFA. They have this Super Cup 2025 thing going on, and you can collect these mystery boxes, which have either USDT rewards. You can do you can get the BITCH token, the OURBIT token, and you can collect these cards. And here's the deal. Look, see, like a daily FIFA match is happening. You can predict who's going to win. I've literally just been doing this every time. I'm just picking the team on the right. Or if the logo looks good, or if it's like Manchester, that's a good one. Or Chile or something, I don't know. So let's claim that. You get your fun box, claim, and then check it out. See, boom, got some BITCH token and a cool card. So these are the cards that we've collected so far. And then with this, you can get, all these bonuses. It's pretty cool. So check it out. Sign up with the link in the description. Been earning actually a lot of bonuses and getting some extra stuff on here. So it's really cool. So I appreciate OURBIT for doing that, providing all the opportunities to get extra rewards and gamify the experience. And also they have a fortune wheel too, where you can draw, you can do like a little cha-ching, and you can get some bonuses here. You can potentially win some BTC and some extra trading vouchers. So make sure you check that out. So shout out to OURBIT. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. And we will see you guys on the next live stream. Make sure you do all the housekeeping. Just hit that like button, share this, and check out all the links in the description. Helps directly support the channel and the live stream. And yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.